Hello everybody, this is Oski, and earlier this week I put out a video talking about the Fantastic Four First Steps collaboration with Fortnite and all those cosmetics. And in that video, we kind of break down the cosmetics and some more potential ideas that they could have done to spice up the collab a little bit more, because I feel like it was missing just a little bit of something with all the skins and the different pickaxes and backblings they got, as well as their emotes. I feel like all of it could have been a little bit better. And so if you didn't see that one, go check that video out for sure. But in this video, we're going to be talking about the second step of how we could have made this Fortnite collaboration truly fantastic. Sorry about that one, guys. But they should have done something to spice up the gameplay is what I'm trying to get at here with this video. And so we're going to be talking about that and how they could have made the gameplay really fun and, giving us some more things other than just cosmetics. So let's get it started right off the bat. We're going to be talking about Johnny Storm. And I believe after they vaulted the Superman transformation mythic from the game, I believe they should have rolled it over into now a Johnny Storm transformation mythic. Think about it. I mean, their powers are relatively similar. Shooting fire out of your hands, shooting lasers out of your eyes, flight. I guess that's kind of all it goes. Obviously, Johnny Storm isn't like super strong, I don't think. But I just felt weird. I was never able to use the Superman mythic, and I feel like it wasn't in the game for that long, to be honest. And it feels weird not tying this collaboration into this superhero-themed season. Like, where's the love for the Fantastic Four in terms of gameplay? I feel like that was a little bit of a disappointment because you have such perfect timing with this season being about superheroes and then these two movies releasing during that season. It's honestly like a miracle, and I really think there's some missed potential there. And so, like I said, I'd have Johnny Storm be a transformation mythic. Something comes down from the sky or just spawns in, just like, in the Superman transformation mythic. Maybe it's like their space shuttle, and once you open the door, the cosmic rays blast you, and you get Johnny Storm's fire powers, just like he got his powers in their origin story. I think that's a great idea for it. And obviously, only one person would be able to be Johnny Storm on the map, the Human Torch. Your powers would be shooting fire out of your hands and being able to fly around. And I think it would just be super cool to see that in game, and definitely something they should have done. Now let's talk about the Invisible Woman, or Sue Storm. She probably has the easiest abilities to adapt into a gameplay item because we've already seen cloaking gauntlets in the game, as well as invisibility medallion. There's so many different ways you're able to turn invisible, so it's not necessarily a new mechanic. And we also have seen similar things like force fields, like the shield bubble is essentially a force field. A gauntlet item that you could pick up from a high rank super chest would be perfect for this character, Invisible Woman, because you'd have one ability be able to turn you invisible for a few seconds, while the other can create a shield or barrier around something of your choosing or in front of you. So that you have that offensive sneaking capability as well as the defensive capabilities. So it's like a really cool and overall rounded item that has a ton of utility and a ton of use, especially in zero builds for sure. Now we're talking about Reed Richards, Pedro Pascal from the movie, and how they could have given him an ability in the game. I would say that this would also work like as a gauntlet item, kind of like the gauntlets we have in game right now with the Mist Crows. We had the Black Panther gauntlets in the Marvel season. They have a lot of these different type of gauntlet items. But this would also come from super rank chests, obviously higher rank probably. And it would be pretty simple in concept. You can swing your arms around as they stretch, of course. And then if they wanted to have like a second ability, imagine bouncing around for movement like that one cow item in Chapter 2, Season 8, Invasion. I think that's a great idea. That's kind of similar to how it operates in Marvel Rivals. But yeah, that'd be a great way to have mobility with the item, as well as a possibility for offense with, like him swinging his flexible arms around. Or if the bouncing idea isn't floating your boat, I have another idea for how this could be movement. Imagine he could like slingshot himself off of nearby structures. If you've ever played Spider-Man PS5, I'm pretty sure in the second one, you are able to slingshot yourself by connecting to two different points and then holding it, and then you like go flying through the air. And I think it'd be a really fun movement item and pretty not too hard to implement. I don't think all you need is like a detection to detect like corners of buildings or whatever for one of your hands to attach to, and then prompt you like attach to something else, and then you hold the button and then it shoots you forward. I think that's really cool. It'd be so fun to do, and just another way to have movement with that ability. And it would also be a great test for a One Piece collab, because I could see them doing something very similar, because obviously Luffy and Mr. Fantastic have the same abilities. Now finally, the Thing would have to be a transformation as well, giving you the ability to perform huge punches like in Marvel Rivals. That's his skill in Marvel Rivals. He punches people, and they have knockback. Okay, so that'd be the same as Fortnite. You punch somebody with his wind up, and they go flying a little distance. I don't know about fall damage or if they have low gravity. Maybe just low gravity. Otherwise, you'd be kind of broken. You could just punch anybody off a mountain. And then also he'd have a second ability, which is kind of like the Thing's second ability in Marvel Rivals, where you put your shoulder down and you can barrel through anything, charge forward, as you might say. Now that ability would be very similar to his powers in Marvel Rivals. However, that's just like his powers from the comics. He uses that move all the time, so it's not like Marvel Rivals created that. I mean, just look at the trailer for Steps. He does that move, and if you've seen the movie, then you know when he does that move. He barrels through some building support beams. Anyway, this barreling ability would break builds. It would go through buildings and porta bunkers and other forms of cover relatively easily, because that's kind of the purpose of it. And those are all my ideas so far for this video for that Fantastic Four collaboration. I just feel like they could have done a lot more by making the cosmetics better and giving us some gameplay items to really sell this superhero theme. Obviously, it still feels like a superhero season, but when you have that much potential with a Marvel and DC superhero movie dropping in the same season, I feel like you got to make gameplay items for both. And I think it would have been super cool to be able to play as the Fantastic Four in Fortnite, because I just overall really loved that movie. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think about these ideas. I personally think it would have been super cool. Make sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. I'll see you guys next time. It's been Oski. Peace out.